Why Space Marine 2 will supersize your nuts. You know what? I believe it. If you've ever seen the size of a Space Marine, holy crap. Let's get into this one.
Disclaimer, if you know the 40k lore, this video will probably give you an aneurysm.
Oh shit, I know a bit about 40k.
It's a fantastic game with an incredible story about friendship, what it means to clean up your house, and Space Marine 2's gonna fill you up with so much testosterone, you're gonna grow a third nut. That's spare tire, baby. You know what I'm talking about, pimp. This game's gonna get you going to the gym on a Sunday. This will get your kitchens looking like a forest before the McDonald'torium comes 100%. In to add a 400th location. See MJ's jawline? That jaw's full to 1,000.
Can I just say, MJ's jawline is insane. I'm not gonna lie. Take it from me. Dude, I draw a lot. So, it's kind of crazy that they did this, like, much of a rounded jaw. Like, it can be a thing. It's just that it was kind of unflattering. I'm just saying.
Times I could cut through a cinder block. And you know how she got that? By playing Space Marine 2
Hell
for
yeah.
100 hours. And also probably about 100 hours of jaws her size. Somebody get a sword and use that thing as a whetstone.
Bro, I'm saying, it was you could literally cut a roast on it. You could cut a roast on her face. I'm just saying, it's wild.
Marine 2 is the antidote to loneliness, the suppression of depressants, the cure for the common man that craves just one moment of absolute victory.
So badass.
So if you're complaining that this game isn't
so
hard
badass.
enough, fuck off on back to Dark Souls and every other Souls-like that comes out every time Miyazaki takes a shit. Space Marine 2 is for the dudes that don't have a human.
I love Souls-likes, but dude, like, a lot of them, and I mean a lot of them, have been coming, like, out the pipeline. Like, so Space Marine 2 was definitely refreshing.
Kink and need to get their balls stomped on at night because life fucks them enough during the day. They want a fire extinguisher for their pain, not a reward for taking on more. Space Marine 2 is for the dudes that don't care about a 40-hour story about Thad gods learning how to live, laugh, and love again.
When I got God of War, I promise you, I came in for God killing. Like, I was so down for Thor versus Kratos, and I liked, like, Thor had, like, the powerlifter build, that's why he had the gut, so, like, most powerlifters are more bulky guys. So, like, I was like, yeah, no, I'm down for that, but then, like, a bunch of other stuff on the game was also kind of, like, a bit of a turn-off, but at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, no. I get what bro's talking about, 100%.
And they want to serve a god and extend the endangered species list in his name. Space Marine 2 is for those that know the Emperor's will is the only true will.
For the Emperor. For the Emperor.
Good morning, Imperium!
I swear it felt like this too. Oh, the Dreadnought kill was so fire. They're everywhere. Bro, isn't that line badass? Come on, you gotta know this was such a fun, refreshing game. Even if you're not into 40k, I'm into 40k, but even if you're not, you gotta admit, it was so fun. Just to go buck wild and just have, like, it was great.
First up, let's talk about the story and lore. The story in this game is incredible. I was locked into it just as much as the first game. And that is to say, I was not paying attention at all. I don't need to know all the details. I don't care why.
I'm not gonna lie, it is a lot. Like, if you're not into 40k, it's a lot. Basically, yeah, like, you don't need to know every facet of it, but, dude, like, there's a lot going on. Just know that you just have to fight for your team, win, done. For your chapter. Your brother chapter, your brother captain, all that stuff.
We do what we do. I care win. I sweat loyalty and I shit service. The Emperor calls,
basically.
I answer. That being said, the game has the pacing of a booger sugar binge, the length of a Colombian marching powder rail, the lines go harder than ever, and never miss an opportunity to butcher lore. Quick, strap down the lore goblin before he can get away.
Yeah.
Play is the Ultramarines, patron saints of loving what they do and hating who they do it to. And in this game, we are part of a roided up pest extermination squad.
The Purgathon is on, and we're killing
I love that the Toyota.
and the occasional disgruntled former employee.
Because in 40k, HR is HK. Got a problem
Yep,
with how
yes,
the
sir.
Emperor's running things?
Well, I have a problem with you running. Let me take a look at those legs.
Can you dig it? Good, then dig this. I'll answer two more questions. First, you may be wondering, why are we killing all these bugs? Look around.
Xenos?
Every game out there nowadays is casual.
Fun fact, the reason you're killing Xenos is because they are a terrorist swarm that, like, multiplies in the billions, and they can literally, like, It's like a bug infestation that will never end. That's why,
your
bro.
dogs or something you can pet. But notice how this game has none? That's because the Xenos are eating our dogs.
I love the Trump hair. It's just like a scribble.
No good Leandros' rule. Bubbles is now barbecue. Barbecue Bubbles, that's what we call them. Second, many people ask, what the fuck's a Space Marine in the first place? A Space Marine is what happens when you force a man through hundreds of years of TRT, then make him take an oath of
basically,
no bitches. They also have way too much testosterone and crippling ED, making them the newest entry to the literally me genre. They are hatred, they are love, they are the militaristic middle ground.
I didn't stop to think about that. Dude, they generally might have some really bad ED. I'm not even lying to you. Like, that might be a thing for real.
Between human wave tactics and let's nuke the entire planet. And this middle ground is often required because when guardsmen are deployed, their life expectancy can be tracked on an hourglass.
For real, those dudes die so fast.
Imperial guardsmen get 15 minutes of life.
Literally, they die. They're known to die, like, crazy fast, rapidly. It's insane.
Oh shit, there goes another one.
How's the lore goblin do? Oh, he's dead. Let's talk about gameplay. The combat has gotten even better than the first one. As soon as you boot up this game and get that first chainsword takedown, that third nut's gonna drop like Ubisoft stock.
Oh! Wait. I gotta see how that stock was looking.
That third nut's gonna drop like Ubisoft stock.
2.7 USD, no way.
Beat the game and you might just collect all the Dragon Balls. Space Marine 2 plays like a dopamine-fired soul train. You boot it up and it's hard to hop off because it has so much momentum and the core combat is so much fun. And you keep wanting just one more takedown, just one more fuck sleeping. You know what you can't do while you're eating? Calling the soul train to run over 100 bugs. You know what you can't do while you're sleeping? Evaporate your enemies by running through them. Who needs dreams when your reality is a power fantasy? REM sleep? Bitch, I got a Remington.
The Emperor needs you, brother. Are you man enough to answer the call? Please rejection of this call will result in death. Immediate death. This is not a toll-free call. You're gonna have to pay that too.
A big reason for why this combat feels so good is because Space Marines are the embodiment of impact. Space Marines are big, chunky, 600-pound, muscle-bound Bible thumpers. They run slow, hit hard, and they leverage roid rage to hit even harder. You see a horde, you feel bad for the horde.
Yeah, you do.
You're capable of taking cover because you are the cover. It still plays like the bastard child of God of War and Gears of War, but now you get even more toys like...
But you know what? It does play like... He's 100% right. It does play like the bastard child of Gears of War, especially. But that's what made it good. It played like Gears of War 1. Like Gears of War 1, Gears 2 when it was fantastic. Not like... Gears 5.
Like parrying, yoinking, counter shots, and dodging to help set up even more takedowns.
Yoink.
Which takes us into the next thing that puts Space Marine 2 above the ever-increasing amount of bug-killing games.
Whoa! Hold on!
One puts Space Marine 2 above the ever-increasing amount of bug
that Helldiver was
takedowns.
thick,
one
bro.
Bug keep annoying you?
That Helldiver was mad thick. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I just had to point that out. Alright, yeah, no, that's cool.
The difference between Helldivers and Space Marines is that Helldivers will kill that bug, Space Marines will annihilate them.
They will.
That takedown. That's one annihilating takedown. My God, that's the best takedown I've ever seen. Shut the fuck up, Ashley. New Fleek's talking now. Current Fleek's talking now. Rip it in half, rip its face off, rip out its fang, then shank him 10 times. Systematically disassemble every last cell of that thing's body. If your nuts don't tingle just looking at this, uninstall them. Double
for real.
To the next guy. Sure, there's a joy in killing it, but there's an absolute climax in annihilation. Especially with all this Ministry of Love. Please look away for a second. Especially with all this gore. This is like one of Quentin Tarantino's wet dreams. Without the feet, Ministry. Keep looking that way.
Why the need for so much gruesome, graphic violence? Why not let us...
Because it's so much fun!
He said exactly what I was saying. Because it's fun. Because it's entertaining. It's because of what we want. Space Marine will let you, like... You'll literally start lifting weights and, like, eating, like, pounds of beef after playing this game. It's just... It's really, really awesome.
As for the weapons, starting with the melee, you got the power sword, you got your power fist, you got your power hammer, but you know why they don't have to call it a power chain sword? Because they don't need to convince you. They don't have to subliminally program you just to take a spin, catch one of these Xenos on your blade, and you'll see the power. It's reliable, it's 100%. Brutal, and when your gore system looks like this, it's the only way to go. Guns-wise, surprisingly, the plasma weapons in this game are pretty good. But they
Oh,
are
yeah.
still plasma weapons, so fuck every last one of them. I don't wait in line, I don't wait for my turn to speak, and I don't wait for marriage. If I go to the airport and my plane isn't there, I leave. I won't be disrespected like that. Henceforth, why would I wait for my gun to charge up? Because it does good damage? Because it's better than a pistol? I refuse on principle. And
he's right. I did not use that gun after a while. I played it a bit, and I was like, alright, you know what, this is cool. But, yeah, no, never again, I'm good.
The gun and the heavy melt-a-gun are the only guns I recognize now that the Storm Bolter didn't make a return. See a horde coming your way? What?
The Storm Bolter did come back in the DLC, though.
Or shoot damage numbers. I am God. Also, the melt-a-gun's broken in a very helpful way that I'm not gonna say because the haters will sabotage me, but I'm gonna hint that it's on the screen right now. And Saber, if you fix this shit after my elite high-tier commendation of it, I swear to God. Another fantastic thing about this game is the set pieces. Now, I hate to get all Hollywood on you. You get all flaccid, start talking like someone who yanks it to master classes, but the set pieces in this game are awesome.
It was good.
Fighting tanks, rolling bombs, dropping bodies.
Dude, it was so freaking good.
Mission, but you're not escorting some damsel in distress. You're
Ashley.
Cause in distress. A big old mechanized beauty. I think a fourth nut coming
the
in.
Dreadnought.
Bad open world games we get these days. I forgot just how alive a nice custom tailored linear action game.
Dude, look at this. And it was actually alive. Everything was moving on screen. It was amazing.
Game can feel. But what isn't alive are these AI teammates. And I'm just gonna ever so diplomatically say, what the fuck, and then submit to you the following evidence. Yeah, get him, Bulwark. Get him, Bulwark. Now get that takedown. Where are you?
Bulwark.
Right about now, let's say
the AI was kind of mid, though. I'm not gonna lie. It was definitely a game that was meant for you to play with your buddies rather than you just like raw dogging it. But like with the AI, but the AI was okay because you were gonna be doing most of the heavy lifting anyway.
You've bought Space Marine 2, ensured the continuance of your bloodline, but the game finished before you did. What now? Let me introduce you to the PvP mode.
Such fun.
Just kidding, never mind. This mode's actually pretty fucking shit. Let me
introduce you to
the... Wow, what?
Hang on! Hold on, dude. Hold on, Fleek. Okay, I'll say this much. It was fun. You know what? No. It was fun. I don't care, man. It was fun. Maybe because I played with friends. It was fun. But you know what's so funny? Ask me if I'm playing it now. The answer's no. The answer's no. But like, when I played it when I did, it was fun. And then I just moved on to other games.
What a bad mode. One of the worst. So bad. Let me introduce you to the PvE mode known as Operations. This is my shit ass.
That one's fun too.
You get more missions, but you get more customization. It's like Barbie, but for big, strong, manly, tough guys like you and I.
Brother, does this red make my cheeks look big?
But I'll warn you in advance, customization comes with a risk. You may choose yellow because it shows off your cheery personality, but welcome to Warhammer 40k, where that means you gun down civilians for fun. You choose black because you want to look cool, but that actually means you have no dick and no balls.
Yeah,
right, the Black Templars engage
picked the Black Templars.
Offitorium. Now, do I know that for a fact? Hell no.
Also, if you picked a yellow, that means you're part of the Emperor's Fist. If you picked a yellow, if you picked yellow, Emperor's Fist, Black Templar. I picked green because I like salamanders. They're my favorite chapter, but yeah.
But if enough people repeat it, it'll become a fact. Think you can get around the accusations by going dark gray? Well, now you're in the most racist Space Marine chapter in the universe. I chose purple because I wanted to be a pimp Marine, but then someone told me that means I'm a turncoat that betrayed me.
Yeah, you are! Not only that, you're a part of the Slut Marines if you pick purple. You're part of the, oh man, Children of the Emperor, and they're just horny and weird. I don't know.
Lanussy.
What? No!
Yeah.
I'm so shy. I guess I'll just wait here for the Slanesh to come pick me up then.
And if you really want to have a good time, mix and match the colors, using each one to represent a different heinous crime you like to commit. Better yet, maybe you like to commit them all, and in that case, put the whole rainbow on your armor, show that you're open to anything. Now, as fair warning, the PvE does introduce leveling and class systems, and this does change the dynamic a bit because you have to constantly up the difficulty to upgrade your gear, and that's going to throw off the power fantasy until you can get that gear. So whereas the campaign's entirely this, that was too fucking easy. Run that back, I want to kill that boss again. Operations mode is more like this.
One bullet left.
One bullet.
I'm here to give you a big old hug. Thank you for dying when you did. Thank you for dying when you did. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything that you've done for me.
But the takeaway here shouldn't be don't play this mode. It should be don't play this class.
Oh my gosh, bro. You give a bullet sponge.
It's in the name. His special ability is dying. You know what? Let me splooge some wisdom on you. Here's your definitive guide to classes. You ready? Vanguard's like playing as an overweight cloaker, but at least you get all your weapons.
Yeah, Vanguard was good.
Play when Vanguard's taken. Tactical's like playing as Titus minus all the good secondaries in rage mode.
Yeah, for sure.
Snipers like playing as the Make-A-Wish Marines. Your teammates are just happy if you're alive. And Heavy is a class you don't think about at all until you see him at the top of the leaderboard for most kills and most damage done.
I mostly did Bulwark though.
Alright, maybe not definitive, but I got the shit on Assault one last time, so it was worth it. And if you disagree with me,
then I disagree with you, your bloodline, and your entire homeworld being alive. Exterminatus, bitch!
Exterminatus! Oh man. Why is the music? Why is the music always so sensational? It's so sassy, bro.
Loser Leandros loves this mode because he can lose even more. That loser, what a loser.
I love it. I love it. Oh, Slanesh. Bro, oh my god.
Motherfucker, I double dare you.
No, the game is 100% worth the
Imperium
money.
of Pimps for fun in this video.
Dude, the game is 100% worth the
expanding
money.
the Exterminatus Fund. I will see you all for another video very soon.
Sir.
Alright, goodbye. Alright, goodbye. Alright, goodbye. Alright, goodbye. Alright, goodbye.
Peace out, bro. Dude, I 110% recommend that. Like, if you have not played Space Marine 2, do yourself a service. It's on sale now because like it keeps going on sale periodically. So just catch a sale if you want to save a couple bucks and pick it up. You will have so much fun, especially if you like Gears of War. If you liked God of War, the first couple of God of Wars, I highly recommend it. You will not go wrong. I'm not trying to lead you astray. I'm just trying to get you to the promised land, brother. You pick that up, you're gonna have a blast. But with that being said, I am done with this one. Another W FLEEKAZOID video. Guys, do me a huge favor. Subscribe if you want to see more reactions, more stuff going on. And of course, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Alright, man. Take care. Bye.